All right, so today talking about how we can control our brain and use it to maximize our performance. Yesterday we were speaking about how our brain works and all the scientific mumbo jumbo that goes along with that. So today we'll continue off and discuss how we can use that information to maximize our brain, to know exactly how it works, and use it to our biggest benefit. So first we'll discuss about controlling our neurotransmitters, and then we'll talk about some brain hacks to really specifically help you hack your brain and use it for your full potential. So we can influence the production of our neurotransmitters to increase greater productivity, happiness, or whatever else. We've learned neurotransmitters can alter our mood, our ability to learn. So changing the balance of these chemicals could certainly be very useful to us. Many people often will rely on drugs, supplements, medications, like there's even smart drugs out there to help with, basically changing our neurotransmitters to influence the production of them. So, and this is basically what like caffeine does. To use a simple example, it removes the inhibitor neurotransmitter adenosine. It basically neutralizes it, to be more precise. So the problem with that strategy, though, is that it fixes the brain into a specific unnatural state and prevents you from being able to easily switch modes. No one brain state is superior to others. For example, creativity actually requires relaxation, not stimulation. And the brain can adapt to those changes by creating more or less receptor sites, the point where neurotransmitters work, to make us less or more sensitive to the neurotransmitters in question. And this can eventually lead to addiction. So basically, it's not balanced. You're not in control of them. You start to lose control to be able to naturally ignite them or switch them through your own process. And what is much more useful is to look at the factors that natural influence transmitters release. If you want to hack any system, then the answer is to look at what the inputs are. So here are some brain hacks specifically that you can apply and to have a better understanding. So we know bright light can increase energy and make us less sleepy. So you can consider investing in a daylight lamp, which is designed to combat seasonal affective disorder by stimulating the sun's rays. So basically, it's like getting the same as the sun's rays. So you're getting, those same chemicals moving that the sun applies, serotonin, different things like that. Cold increases focus, while heat can help us feel relaxed and happy. So again, if you want to increase your focus, like when I go to seminars, sometimes it's freezing in the conference because you're gonna have more attention. You're gonna listen to the speakers more. You're gonna stay put in your seat because you have great focus, great energy. So when you want to have focus and be productive, you keep it a little cooler. Heat, like I said, helps us feel more relaxed and happy. So if you need to feel relaxed, kick up the heat. That's why kick up the heat, and that's why people usually go to heat all the time, because it increases your happiness. It makes you feel happy or whatever. But there's some downfalls to that, obviously, too. We know that the sun and exercise can boost our mood through the production of serotonin. So, that's why you want to exercise. It's you want to get moving. Our brain is subject to certain natural cycles, those relating to sleep and hunger, for instance. So by timing our productivity around those things, we can work more efficiently and freer from distraction. So you want to just, make sure you have enough sleep, obviously. Make sure your diet's on par. You have enough food or nutrients in you to be able to do what you need to do throughout the day. If you find yourself feeling very stressed and depressed, then it might pay to consider some of the biological factors that may be causing this. So for being hungry or perhaps a little ill and pro-inflammatory things such as could be causing brain fog. Once you know what the problem is, and sometimes it just lasts for a short amount of time or it's biological, it can just be easy to let it pass through. So, some things is like, sometimes hunger kicks up or pain, and usually we can just get through this. It's just a matter of time. It's it's a psychological thing or biological thing, and we just require some time to let it pass through. So the next thing we're going to talk about is controlling your brain. It's critical that you learn to create the moods and the feelings that you need by changing the way you think and use your brain. The things that make humans unique is our ability to visualize, to internalize events and imagine future scenarios or possibilities. This is our working memory at play, and it's what enables us to think of long-term goals and to invent new ideas. When we visualize or imagine, we do so by lighting up those same neurons in the brain as the event is actually happening. We find by actually doing something or imagining doing something, it's almost the exact same thing. It's like our subconscious. Like when you watch a movie, your subconscious thinks that it's actually happening. The feelings and everything are actually like you are there. So that's what makes watching a movie so exciting. The visualization is your subconscious can't distinguish from your conscious mind. So this means that you can visualize in order to practice things and develop skills. You can trigger brain plasticity just as though you were really practicing the event. Not only that, you can also use this as a way to trigger the correct neurotransmitters in order to put yourself in the correct state of mind. So this is amazing. This will lead to the ability to control your own emotions and trigger the best possible mental state for the task at hand. It requires training of visualization skills and the awareness to then use those skills to ease your anxiety and to motivate yourself to focus and become as alert as possible. This is why it's so important to avoid bad habits even in your thoughts, because it will strengthen the connections and make those habits harder and harder to break. There's a lot more to making the most of your brain, but this gives you at least a basic breakdown on how to better understand the brain and give you a bit more control to implement the correct, things here. So very, very key point there is that you can start to train your brain to, to work those emotions, those neurons, to start to connect them and fire them up without even being in, the certain scenarios. So you can just get your mental state in the position you want to get it through visualization, and you don't need to actually be in those certain situations to practice or create them. You can do it anywhere. So very cool how powerful our brain is. I hope these have given you some ideas to think about. That's all what this video is about. I'm not a brain, I'm not into science really or anything, but just love to learn about how our brain works and our bodies and how to implement things to maximize our performance. So hope you liked the video. Please subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment below, check out my free resource guide in the description below. See you guys on the next video.